Off the Press, a Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes news video that brings you up to date with your weekly Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes news with your anchorman, Mad Dad and Curio. Live in the studio, we take it to Mad Dad. Jumping right into it, we're going to start out with the changes that happened to Palpatine and Vader this week. They were huge changes. The community resoundingly said, huh? Overall, if you listen to the tone of Game Changers, listen to Arnold's stuff throughout the week. It's really funny to listen to him. He comes out and he says, "Oh, I'm so pumped up for the Empire," and then the next day you see him putting out, "Guys, don't say to them, don't do it, don't say to them, just hold off." And then like a day after that, he's like, "You know what? I think they're pretty good." Okay, so we saw the changes to Palpatine getting a Zeta on his leadership, and what was the other one?
On his unique. There you go. So two Zetas total. Okay. From 0. So he went from 0 Zetas to 2.
Right. So what we saw there basically was the leadership from 32% to 35%. Across the board on all the stats that got changed. I personally have a positive take on it. So what we saw there was, the leadership changed, the unique changed. The unique now is basically every single time that an enemy is shocked, if they're a rebel or if they're a Jedi, they're taking 20% for each one of those at the start of their turns. Well, old Ben really got shoved down. So did Ezra, and so did Kanan. Because those are all Jedi rebels, so for those of you that don't know. So that was basically the changes to Palp. The changes to Vader were a little bit crazy. So he got a brand new unique, no escape. So this ability is absolutely bonkers. The best part about it is that it got a Zeta, okay? But you don't have to do the Zeta at all. At the start of each encounter, he gains, if it's Zeta'd, 8 speed. If it's not Zeta'd, then he gains 7 speed until the end of the encounter for each of the following: Empire ally, Sith ally, Jedi enemy, Rebel enemy. So that also doubles. If they have those Jedi and Rebel tags together, you get 16 speed if it's Zeta'd. If not, you get 14 speed. And it also doubles for your Sith and Empire as well. So if you have Palpatine on your team, for instance, which you probably will, then he's going to be gaining 16 speed off of that. So really, really good ability here. That basically Vader is probably going to be going first in almost every scenario. Basically figure that you have 4 Empire, and then one of those doubles up because he's Sith. You're talking about
he doubles up himself as well.
Right. So you're saying, 14 from him, 14 from Palpatine, so that's 28 just right there, plus 3 other characters, that's another 21. I'm figuring off of 7. So what is that, 49 speed just from your team? And then if your opponents, you can vary from there, but you can always basically count on another 7 because every team runs R2-D2, right? Also, he got a change to his AoE. It can't be countered anymore. So again, let's just keep CLS kind of pushed down a bit. It was a good run. I lasted in the meta for 7 months. That was pretty much the changes that we saw to Vader. Now, like I kind of echoed a little bit earlier on, how this affects the meta, I think that there's a variance in what you're seeing other people report or their take on it. I think the reason why is because most of the people that are giving information out to the community have been in the game since day 1 or close to it. As such, their shards, their arena shards, have a tendency to be more developed. So JTR is pretty much everywhere in those. Whereas you have a guy like me that's been in the game for 6 or 7 months, and Curio's been in for
almost 4.
We're looking at that, and we look at our arena shards, and I probably got about 5, 6 JTR teams that float in the top 50. Everyone else is running CLS. We just got CLS this last go around. for me personally. And a lot of people are relying still on Baze and Shrewd. You know, so it's really rebel intensive. For me personally, I've been developing these Empire characters now because I think on my Arena Shard it has a really good chance. Obviously on offense it's going to be slam dunks because I can just pick and choose whatever CLS team I and just ladder up to one easy. That's pretty much what happened with Vader and Palpatine. What else did we see this week, Curio?
They are continuing the dark side theme, which obviously another thing that players have been really echoing, really crying out for is, you know, you can't do your dark side territory battles with these rosters. There's just not enough dark side characters. So they are going to release a Sith raid, and once again, another great thing because they're releasing new raid content, keeping it fresh, keeping it great, doing a great job on this CG. Really happy about this. You're going to be fighting Triumvirate. The Triumvirate is Darth Nihilus, Darth Sion, and Darth Traya. The trainer, yeah. So this is all from the KOTOR 2, which is another cool thing. They're dipping into their pool of legendary, just awesome. Everybody's played these games. If you're playing this game, I know you played KOTOR 2. I just know you did.
No. That's not necessarily true. I mean, I personally, and you have obviously, and we both love the hell out of those.
We might have a younger audience, yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, you know, I was just watching Nuke and even talk on his video the other day, and he goes, it was probably about 5 minutes into it, and he was talking about the raids, and in his video he says, "I haven't played KOTOR. I shut it off immediately." Your point is invalid.
We are going to be receiving character shards for completion of the raid, so we don't know who it's going to be. One thing that we have been talking about that kind of needs to be addressed, hopefully when the Game Changers release the information on, I believe it's February 23rd, is there going to be new currency to raid, to do this raid? Because right now, you're using your currency obviously for Heroic Pit and Heroic HAAT, or I'm sorry, if you're in lower guild, you're still using your currency for the current rating. If we have to use current raid currency, is Pit gonna fall to the wayside?
Yeah, I'm hoping CG doesn't cause that problem inside of guilds. That would be such a shame because, okay, so I think there's a lot of ways that you can combat this. I mean, we've talked about this. You know, maybe it's a different currency that comes out that allows you to basically get raid tickets for that event only, or maybe they just up the amount of raid tickets that we generate from 600 to say 900. That would make sense.
That sure would. I like that. I actually like that a lot.
I really hope that they do that and they don't make it to where people have to choose what raids they can do, because everyone's going to want to do the new shiny thing, of course.
Right.
And like you were saying, Heroic Pit's been out the longest, so that would probably be the one that more people would be like, oh yeah, I have a 7-star Han. What do I care? Well, I don't. I still need like 25 shards or something. The speculation is because when Heroic Pit came out, we saw a level increase from, what was it, 75 to 80. And then when Heroic AT came out, then we saw the 80 to 85 jump. So the question is with this new one, this new raid that's coming in, are we going to jump from 85 to 90?
Okay, so the other part of the news that's all dark side all the time is that we are going to be get a marquee event coming up, and it is going to be the Sith Marauder. So for all you sycophants out there doing your Sith Trooper farm, you're doing your Sith Assassin farms, you're getting more, baby. It's going great. Well, and plus aesthetically, oh god, they did a great job on him. Oh, he just looks great, and he throws double sabers, bro. Oh wow, yeah. So he's doing work, man. It's so exciting to see something like this. He is a what do they call him? The henchman. He's the henchman right now. He's not a named character, but that's fine. I think this henchman is going to do work. I don't want to give an entire evaluation on him, but there is definitely room in him for a lot of teams, and it's great to see them really fluff out and go ham on this. And I think that's what everybody wanted. So I'm excited to see the Marauder in the game.
He has 3 abilities. None of them need Zetas.
Yep.
My personal take is that he's going to be more of a raid character than an arena character, but it's hard to gauge right now.
Okay.
But basically, you know, his unique makes him stronger for debuffs that are out on the field and buffs that are out on the field. His basic, it was what was it? Offense down, and then his special is what, you know, Kirill was so excited about is him throwing the double lightsabers at somebody, and he had a 60k against the tank, but of course that was a Vader lead with 49 dots on him. So, but yes, it could be interesting. So we're going to have to see. I don't think we're going to weigh too heavy on him. Yeah, the other exciting news that we got this week was pertaining to quality of life changes. There's quite a few going on here. Some of them exciting, some of them they don't really help me out, but they help out other people. Allow me to kind of elaborate on that. The guild tickets, the raid tickets that are being accumulated, they had a minor fix to it earlier on in January, and they're continuing on by flushing that out totally. So basically, at a glance, everybody will be able to see raid tickets. So it'll be easier for those people that are keeping track of people's raid tickets. Great quality of life change. I thumbs up, CG.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, that doesn't really impact me because I don't keep track of it. So then we saw Simmable Galactic War.
Yeah,
that's a thing.
Yeah, and it looks like you're going to be able to sim it, but it's going to take. They haven't given us an amount, but I'm assuming it's going to be like 3 times. If you go through it 3 times normally, at that point they're like, okay, you can kick Galactic War's ass, so now you can sim it. So really cool. That was a big time sink for a lot of folks. So you're still going to have the option if you want to like try out your new team kind of against an AI, sandbox it against an AI. You're going to be able to go in there and do it, but being able to sim 20 to 30 minutes out of your SWGOH day is pretty neat, pretty good. It's going to be interesting. Are they going to charge the 12 sim tickets? Not that we're not infinite on our sim tickets right now, but I'm assuming that they're going to charge you like 12 sim tickets to take care of it.
So the credit heist and training droid events are also going to be simmable too. So there's going to be more sim tickets kind of flying around there. But what, 2? Okay, I can do that. The same thing for the ships as well too. Oh, we saw that IPD and Rolo, instead of getting one shard per person that's taking a part in that event, we are now going to be seeing 2 shards. So for those of you that are getting Rolo in your territory battles, or you're getting Imperial Probe Droid in your dark side territory battles, you're going to be getting twice as much now. That's exciting.
That's really exciting. That's not a quality of life. That's a here's a bone, guys. You know, because the grind was real. You know, the grind was real on Rolo. A lot of folks. I mean, we're even hiring guild right now, and there's not a lot of us that can do the IPD missions. So, I mean, whatever they give us is great. So, once again, thumbs up.
We also saw that Gear 12 was in more spots. And we also saw that Colonel Stark is now a permanent instead of a rotating node in the guild store. He's now in a permanent spot, so we can always get him now. Stark, Imperial troopers are awesome. Anything that combats Night Sisters, sign me up, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, dark side territory battles. So,
yeah, one of the bigger quality of life changes, this is kind of a big one, is the territory war changes. So they allowed, basically, you don't see it in a lot of everyday players, but the higher end guilds, were basically running into ties. You were basically tying every time you played. They're now going to. This is really neat. They're now going to open up the ability to see if your team had a successful defense, and it's going to count that, and that's actually going to be counting towards your tiebreaker.
We're not sure how they're going to implement it just yet, because they didn't seem like they were either going to give us the information or it was just not out yet, and they haven't hammered it down. Either if you win on defense, you're either going to generate more banners, or their banners are going to go down for each non-successful attack.
Right.
We don't know how that's going to work just yet. We're just going to have to wait and see. But it's exciting for those teams that kept running into situations where they were just getting ties and ties and ties. Because, I mean, So, great quality of life change. I think we're just winning all around. Now, if I can just convince CG that a quality of life change should happen to the stores, and maybe the stores get some new characters and some love there. Ooh, well, I know I'm asking for a lot
right now, and I know you got a little bit of a squirrel nut hidden away, but right now they're releasing. They released Mother Talzin, Zombie, and Spirit
and
Wicket. Well, I was just worried about the Night Sisters. Wicket, he's a little murder baron. Nobody cares about him. But they released those 3 Night Sisters into shard shipments or crystal shipments. And now, soon, they're going to be placing those into stores. Now, what stores they're placing them into, we don't know.
Well, we don't know if they're going to go into stores. They could go to hard nodes. They could go to Cantina nodes.
There's several locations, but they're saying they're releasing them behind the paywall in certain spots. So that's really fun.
Pro tip of the week: save your currency. Save some currency. Get some built up. If you get some built up, I have a 5K on all across the board right now, and I'm doing that because just in case they put it into one of those stores. Of course, they'll put them all into cantinas besides Spirit and Wicket, and I'll be like, oh, when the influx of Night Sisters does come, because it will come. Mm-hmm. The question is how much more valuable is Empire there? Because they heal like a boss. With the Palpatine rework for the Hellsteel, with Shore Trooper healing, with Vader healing if you Zeta his unique. There's a lot of healing going on there. From what I saw from the coverage is that, and it looks like they're rolling Night Sisters pretty easy. And another thing to consider too is that this is a good time for you guys to be investing into Imperial Troopers. I've been doing it pretty heavy lately. That Shore Trooper is such a long farm, so if you haven't started it by now, definitely start it. But get those Imperial Troopers going, because when those Night Sisters get into stores and get into locations, you better believe they're going to be swamping the shards. Yeah. And if you are still running something that gets beat by Night Sisters, back it up, brother, because it ain't going to work for you. No. All right, so I think that is about as much news as you guys can possibly handle. Stay tuned to the channel. We're going to be releasing quickies, I believe is what we coined it with. The show was quickies with Mad Dad and Curiel. So stay tuned to the channel. We are going to be releasing a flurry of content. We were away for a long time, and we're probably going to do an update video about that as well.
If you enjoyed this new segment of our news, introducing kind of a pathway to get yourself through the YouTube content and look at all the relevant information that's coming out for our beloved game. If you want to do it live, and me and Mad Dad have both been guests on this show. RSG, Reality Skewed Gamers, has amazing amounts of streams. Huge amount of information for new players. Huge amount of information for if you want to throw out your meta ideas to them. They'll build you up or tear you down about it, but they're going to give you info, and that's really a strong point of the YouTube community. So if you like this content but want some live content, I would definitely go over to RSG.
Absolutely. And while you're there, you know, and hopefully with us too, like, comment, and subscribe. That makes a world of difference. It helps grow the brands, you know, over here on this channel, and then of course over there on the RSG channel. They got a lot going on. You can also buy hoodies now from there. So I mean, that's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit jealous. With that in mind, guys, stay classy, internet.